Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 16 of my Vlogmas series, and I am Malacio. Welcome to my channel. My first time actually remembering. Congratulations to me, but please like and subscribe, comment, and share if you care. And today, what I'm going to be talking about is a little bit more, I guess, about reflection in me and my, you know, the feelings that happened today. There's nothing bad per se or anything like that. It's just annoyance. And when you're burnt out and you, I guess you find out about, I guess, like where other people stand with you and stuff like that. And pretty much your mindset that you have, especially like as a Black woman. And I feel like the loyalty we feel like we have to have and the always trying to be the better person or the bigger person or always trying to do things the right way and all of that. So, once upon a time, this morning, I'm just like looking at the time that I get off and everything that's going on. Because with Exodus Summit, it helped me realize that I need to make the best out of, my package and your packages or any benefits that you get and to be able to leave and use those benefits. So, one thing I never really liked about the place that I work at is that you cannot roll over your PTO if you have more than 40 hours. So you just can't accumulate, which is crazy, okay? Because that means typically after your first year there, it's hard, you know, to be able to be like, okay, they pretty much like try to limit you to just having 2 weeks off, especially when you're trying to use them all together. You do have your holidays and stuff like that, but they have rules about adding calling out before like a long holiday weekend or something like that. And they also have rules for like stacking and stuff like that. So it was a hassle earlier this year for me to get the PTO for the holiday season because I knew that I was transitioning out and I wanted to sit down and focus and also have time to do house sits and stuff like that and be able to potentially make all of my videos for my monetized channel along with my blogs all the way up until maybe January. No, not January. May maybe June or July, like when I'm leaving, planning on leaving Japan. So with that, I still have a bunch of research. I got it's a lot of stuff that I have to do research wise to be up with the different changes with YouTube so I can get more views and stuff like that. Child, when I tell you, I'm like trying to just focus and keep my stuff together. So I yeah, so back to the PTO. So with the PTO, um I'll have a little bit less than 40 hours like after I take my time off for the by the time we have the new year. So I trying to get paid out for the PTO, and we also I believe we get like personal time, which is like 2 days or something like that. And we might be getting some other stuff, but they were supposed to be changing the handbook and stuff like that too. So I don't necessarily know until after the first paycheck of the year. So with that, I'm planning my exit to the point of even if I am staying at the job past a week, I was going to, because my last day in general will be, instead of January 30th, it will be February 7th. And I will use my personal time or anything that I cannot take with me or get paid out for. I will use that time and pretty much put in as if I'm going on vacation. But I will be doing like, hey, this is my last day type of thing. And then I'll also be getting paid the extra week. So I'll get a whole, sorry, girl, there's been some rumblings and just stuff moving around in the house. So it's probably my people's. But hey, how y'all doing? Okay. So it's like, it's just like up in the air. But I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to do because I still have like that full week. And I was like, if I can get a full paycheck and then some on top of that, then I'm, might as well, especially if I'm not going to even be there for the entire week. But if I do get more than that, then I'll work the whole first week of February, but I'll put in my time, like even like my sick time too. Also put my sick time in, and if it makes like 4 days or 5 days, I'll put that in for that week, and I'll physically will be in Vietnam because when I'm that first week I touched down in Vietnam, that Friday will be like my last payday, or like all my money and all the stuff, and it'll be like the last like a lump sum, so I can like gather all my PTO and use my sick time and all that, because like I still have a pretty much 2 weeks off, so I can use the PTO so I don't lose it, but then I can still get some type of payout and stuff like that. So is I feel like, you know trying to get as much as you can out of everything, and just trying to hold on mentally, because I did the math and I was like, girl, I can be close to like 24, maybe 25, because I still want to, get my hair retied, do something for my dad, um, just little knickknack stuff, right? Like right before I leave. And it would be nice to have a little bit of a buffer for, paying for stuff, and, like a little topper, I am going to be staying in budget, but it's just like a little topper because I still want to pay for the class or the session where they teach me how to do investments and stuff like that. And that's like $100 here or there, or getting someone from Fiverr to help me with Etsy and stuff like, it's just like little knickknack stuff like that. Paying to get my taxes done. I got like a thousand, $2,000 like buffer. So if I have stuff like left over, then I'm fine. I mean, obviously I'm fine. It's like 20, 24, $25,000, and that's what my plane ticket paid for, and my whole first month paid for, in including my budget for food and traveling for all of February. So I'm staying like in that budget, like I'm breaking even every month with the money that I have left over. So this year, like I said, I'm just focusing. But girl, this morning, when you about to leave, and I feel like they know. I feel like they know. I feel like they know that I'm like, oh, I'm just, I'm just uninvolved. Like the morale, but then sometimes I feel like, am I just being a little bit, like, oh my God, they're watching me, because the morale is very, very low anyway. I'm just like I said, I go to work and I do my job. But this morning, a person, like, I'm not gonna say which manager, but one of the managers was like, "Oh, well, I assigned this to you like 2 weeks ago. Why didn't you not do it?" When I say I just typed up the email, and like you sat there and you had all these meetings with me to rush me to do all of these designs, rush me to do all of these kitchens, did all of this stuff at the last minute, and you have not brought it up. It's not like you've been gone for a whole 2 weeks. You haven't said nothing about it. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't see it in my emails. But I'm like, hey, it could have been something that just fell through the cracks because you know what? You keep on giving me stuff at the last minute, and I'm pretty busy on a regular basis. Like, he's the type, like, if you not running around like a chicken with your head cut off, it's a problem. So I started to type, well, maybe something fell through the cracks, just like it took you over 2 months to approve my PTO after I asked you about it, or the time that you lied about assigning me work and then try to pretend that you didn't know where the assignment came from. Okay. I sat there and I looked at that email and I was like, you know what? I got one better for you. I was like, that's why it just like I said, it popped into my head. Instead of me being like on the week of, on the pay week, instead of me being like on a Tuesday, being like, hey, I'm going to be done this day at the end of the week, I'm going to put in my personal time and my sick time, and I'm doing it sporadically. So it's not like I'm doing it in a bunch. I'm doing it sporadically. And listen to me when I tell you, my last day before I go on my quote unquote vacation or my time off, far as they will consider it, I would literally be like, this is my last day, effective immediately. And I will be sending it from my personal email. And to be honest, I'm probably going to do it on my sick day. I will send the email. I will drive the 2 hours up there. I will go up there and I will be the first person in there. And I will drop off my computer. I will have everybody's email in my personal email. I will drop off the computer. I will take a picture of it. I will show that it's in working condition, and then I'm out. Even if I have to come to the back warehouse and drop the stuff off. Because I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not going through it. I'm not doing this whole back and forth and stuff like that. Like I said, some of the stuff that I found out about, it's just like people trying to tell when there's nothing to tell. Like if you're supposed to check something, then just check it. Don't complain about it's not as perfect. Like then you're not checking anything. There's plenty of errors on other people's stuff. That's why we check each other's stuff. But then like, I'm like, I'm not even, and I feel like this is another thing that is being presented to me, um, by my, by the ancestors or by whatever. Like now, I don't feel bad. I was trying to finagle and be like, oh, this, that, and the other, but then it's like it's clicking in my head now that you will be off the stuff that you will be doing for your business. You don't even, from like for me, it doesn't. I don't feel like it's work. Like I love what I do as far as my business. I don't feel like it's work. But to be able to fully focus on that and be done with the 9 to 5 and have everything taken care of, I am just, I'm so ready. I'm so ready. And I'm like, deleted the email that I already had done. And I was like, you need to put it in your archives. And I'll probably write it later. Like maybe like my resignation letter, I'll probably write it when I put in like all my time off and do all of that stuff. I'll write it, I'll have it pre-done so I can send it from my personal email to my email and to everywhere else that it needs to go. Because I think it would be better for me to drive up there, drop my stuff off, goodbye. And you have to the end of this week to have all my stuff ready and send all my stuff through, all my payment, direct deposit, the same, because I was trying to keep it the same week as when we get paid. So like that was like my main thing. Listen, and it's just little stuff. It's just like the tone and the trying to police you, and it's almost like people like that. I feel like they try to get a rise out of you, and try to get you like, because it's not just me that it happens to. There's other people that it happens to, and maybe with even like my resignation, I can probably say something along the lines of like, hey, don't treat people like crap. Don't sit there and lie to people and try to manipulate people and tell people that, you know, you ask them to do something and then they go and do it. And then you'd be like, oh, like you didn't even know the full scale of the project. You wanted someone to start. And even like you're wasting our time by us going back and changing stuff because you never knew what it fully, like what the full scope of the project was, and then still have people on a time crunch, and then you sit up and lie and make up stuff about what is actually due or that's even been asked for, just because the sake of you want people to just be busy. But we still have stuff that we have to do far as like just like housekeeping items and stuff like that. And girl, he couldn't even let us just go through and update dates and update parts and update, like he couldn't even handle that. He wanted to have tasks, and the thing is, he don't even check them. He'll call you, be like, "Hey, um, what are you doing right now?" Because I'm like, oh, I don't know. I didn't look at it lately. I'm just working on the same thing I was working on from yesterday. And he was like, let me pull it up here. And I'm like, what are you doing? And I'm like, sorry, but like, what are you calling me for? Oh, I'm just trying to see, if you're on track to do the next. And I'm like, this stuff isn't due to next week. And it was a Tuesday. I'm supposed to get done with the project that I was currently doing. I'm getting done with this project today. So I'm like, did the due date change? Is it on Friday instead of next week? And like, oh no, nothing changed. I just wanted to um make sure that you, I'm like, when have I missed a deadline? He's like, well, you're pretty good with the deadlines. And I'm like, why are you asking me about the deadlines? What do you, I'm like, do you need something? Like, I hate it. Hate, I hate it. And I would feel that way for like the longest. But when I got to a point where I had like these little tactics of asking certain questions, especially in, we have like a group meetings every week. And it's to a point where I'm getting pretty good at asking like certain questions. And listen, he'll just sit there and just be like fumbling over himself, flat out. He would just flat out just lie, and other people would have to correct him and be like, no, you asked me to do this, and no, you asked me to do that. Like, he and he's like going over everybody's head and just being like, yeah, you need to send this to Lacey to do. And the people who coordinate for stuff that happened in the first place, it's like, we never even got this, so what is this even for? And he's like, oh well, so and so sent it. And she's like, yeah, I sent it because you told me to. It was a mess, girl. Like, I'm like, I only got what, how much, how many more? I got like what, a month and some change. Because when I come back from my vacation, I will have like a month exactly. So to come off of vacation and to go into work, I am, like I said, I'm already mentally, emotionally, spiritually checked out. I'm checked out. And I had to stop myself from just like doing research on places to go in like Da Nang and Hoi An, and I'm like, I can't even focus on this stuff. I'm like, my mind is getting pulled farther and further away. Okay, my mind is getting pulled further and further away, and I just don't want to deal with it no more. In the grand scheme of things, this is, potentially, I don't know where life is going to take me, but I'm like, potentially, this is my last time doing like a 9 to 5 type of situation like this, um, where I'm working for a company or whatever. Just, you get tired, and especially with me, I'm burnt out. Um, I think it's just the stress of trying to keep my cool and doing my job, and because there are people that I work with that I do care about, how they're going to get impacted. But when I found out, you know, certain things, and it sort of lifted that. But I do believe that I do have some type of, you know, repercussions and stuff like that from just like the burnout and just stress of working and stuff like that. Because I still got, like I said, like this is my first time for the most part where I wasn't doing like two things at once. Like either I was in school working to I was at school and I was working, or I was in school working and had an internship, or I was working two jobs, or it was always me doing, like, I was never doing no 40-hour week. Not in the last 10 years since I got out the service. Girl, it's almost, oh, that's another anniversary. I didn't even realize that, y'all. Like, I got out in April. Yeah, April, um 2014. I got out the Navy. I just realized, talk about a full circle moment, and I'm about to be like out here. Like, that, I see what y'all did there. But anywho, I've been working, and I know that even the stuff that happened, in my personal life, not just like work and stuff, it's a lot. It's a lot. Um, and for me to fully process everything and to like fully rest, because like I said, I would be dog, like last night I was dog tired. I laid down, I got up. I probably slept for like maybe 3 hours. I woke up, it was like 10 o'clock. I'm like, oh, I'm going to bed early. No, you're taking a nap, and you're not going to go to sleep until like 4 o'clock in the morning, and you got to wake up at like 6:40. Thank goodness I do not have to drive nowhere. But yeah, that's like my little spiel. It turned into like a little mini rant, but you know, just take my word for it. Like, you don't necessarily, like, you don't, not necessarily, you do not want to get in a position where you are tired and groggy and burnt out. Like, I know I have all these ideas, I know how I have all this creativity, but like my mind fog is crazy. My, like, me wanting to get up and do stuff is like almost, girl, it's almost 0 to 9. I'm not gonna even lie to you. I'm just, I'm tired. Not, you know what? Not even I'm tired. I'm tired. Okay, I'm tired, mentally, physically, emotionally. Like, I'm just ready to rest. I have a vlog that I'm gonna do. Like, I already have it in my schedule. That's gonna be like later on this month. But it's just like I am ready to rest. And when I mean rest, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, I am ready to rest. I am ready to sleep. I have a house sit during like my Christmas break, new Christmas slash New Year's break. It's not for the whole time, but it's for like the whole Christmas week, and just to be in the house and house sitting with a cat. It's gonna be quiet. It's gonna be quiet. It's gonna be nice and quiet. Okay, and I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to relax. I mean, I'll be up, doing my work and stuff like that. But it's like, even now, like I had stuff that I had to do today and I just didn't get to it. Like was doing the work and stuff that I had to do today. And I was like, and I'm making them videos every day like this, even though I'm doing very like, minimum edit, minimal oh, editing. Girl, just take it from me. Like, treat this like a little chit chat, because I don't really have, I have friends, but like, when you get grown and older and people like married and have like, you know, kids and stuff. I am a single, childless woman. There's about all of y'all here in these streets, and like not even like, oh, down the street, down the street, like the streets around the world, globally. Okay. Oh, I want to get my nails done too. I'll probably just do some pressing on myself. But anywho, or maybe I'll let my natural nail grow. Whatever. See, I have too much stuff on my brain. So yeah, like I did start doing like going back to like my fast and stuff like that. I'm being more like, subtle with it. I'm just having like just one meal um a day, and when I go to do the house sit, I will literally have a bag of like veggies, and I will eat veggies when I feel like I am about to kill over. So yeah, this went like almost 30 minutes, girl. So hey, it is what it is. And hopefully you guys like this. Once again, to reiterate, use your PTO, use your time, use whatever you got. Do not feel bad about how you're leaving, as long as you don't get locked up. Why did I smile? Like, I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna do anything crazy, but I'm just saying, like, don't do nothing crazy. Like, just leave, get out of here, skedaddle. You know, just it's time to go. You know. So yeah, I will talk to you guys tomorrow, and I will see you then. Oh yeah, like and subscribe. Leave a comment. I prefer it to be positive, constructive criticism. I mean, I still know what I need to do, but I said, y'all ain't getting all the editing and all that other stuff until I got time to do it, girl. Cause I just told you, burnt out. So yes, I love y'all, and like and subscribe. Leave a comment, and I'm gonna actually get off because I'm about to get off like 3 times. See, I'm doing it again. It's like when you be waiting for your mom and be like, "Oh, we about to leave. We about to go," and they still talking. I mean, I am the auntie age, right? But hey, it is what it is. Bye bye. See y'all later.